Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the vwnut 1967 channel on YouTube. We are in MUSTIE1's vehicular mode of transportation. You can see my friend MUSTIE1 over there. I've had this idea for quite a while and just haven't taken the time to shoot this video, but first of all, like most of you guys, not only am I MUSTIE1's friend, but I'm also a MUSTIE1 fan first, so I actually have the opportunity to ask MUSTIE1 a few questions, so hopefully I can get these out to you guys too. These are going to be some of MUSTIE1's most favorite things. So we'll start with MUSTIE1, what's your most favorite car of all time?
Some of these questions can be kind of hard to answer because it changes over time. What your favorite car was when you were 20 and what your favorite car is now, and you know.
Okay, well, what was your favorite car when you got your driver's license?
At that time I was into Fords. My first car was a 63 Beetle when I was 13, but when I got my license I had a 69 Cougar. So, you know, as your first car, it's kind of, you pick your favorite car with the one that you go to buy, and that was it. That, and I had at like 15, I had a Maverick Grabber with a 302.
Nice.
302 3-speed on the floor. Not a 4-speed, a 3-speed.
Long first gear.
Yeah. So, you know, of course, it feels like this is the fastest thing in the world. Not.
Of your current vehiculars right now, which one is your most favorite?
I gotta go with Krusty.
Krusty is the most favorite, yeah.
It's hard to say because, again, it all depends on what kind of mood you're in. You know, I've had my Plymouth forever.
Yeah.
I bought that when I was 21. So, I turned 55, so I've had that for 35 years.
35 years with one car, yeah. Probably about ready for a full restoration on the Plymouth.
It was, when I got it, it was 7 different colors, and not only 7 different colors, but they were fluorescent 7 different colors. Somebody painted it flat black, and then they took fluorescent paint, like you could use for the black light, and did each corner, so it was like a green, a purple, a blue, a red, but fluorescent. So a fender was one color, the hood was another color, and he was trying to figure out, he said he was trying to figure out what color he wanted to paint it.
All of the colors.
Then he went and, so I went and cleaned it up. I went to the local parts store to try to find out like what used paint they had laying around. They had like a palette of like mistakes, and one of them was school bus yellow, and it was like a canary, almost like a canary yellow. I ended up painting it yellow, and I love that color. It came out great. But that was just to clean it up, you know, you bonded up a couple of areas. I only wanted to run it for summer. I wanted to get rid of the 7 colors that was on it. Real quick shot at my dad's garage over the weekend. And then like 15 years later, I went and put quarter panels on and did everything. And I had a roommate, or I guess the roommate didn't like yellow, talked me out of painting it, repainting it yellow. I painted it white. And I always wanted it back yellow, so if it does get redone, it's probably going to go back to that.
So, is it canary yellow?
It was school bus yellow, but it was like school bus had like 2 different colors. Back then, there was like a lighter and a darker color. It was the lighter of the 2. So.
Well, not everybody knows, but MUSTIE1 also has quite the, or has had in his life quite the collection of boats. Do you have a most favorite boat?
We lived in, I lived in Beverly, and my wife, at the time was my girlfriend, lived in Marblehead. They're both ocean towns, for those who don't know. There's a harbor and an ocean town, and I bought a early 70s, I want to say like a 74 Crestliner was the name of the boat, the fiberglass boat. I think they make aluminum boats now. It was like a 16-foot boat. So it was a tiny boat, bow rider, but it had a 115 Merc on it. So it was a 16-foot boat with like too much horsepower. That thing was awesome. So that would probably be the favorite, because it was also, again, like the first real. We went before we bought that, I almost bought a 35-foot wooden Chris Craft that was in Beverly Harbor for sale. We went out, we rented a little rowboat out to go look at it.
Rowed out to go look at it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, glad I ended up not buying that, because that would have taken up anything I had at the time financially.
I think I know the answer to this next one, and it'll probably surprise some of you, but favorite motorcycle or bike?
Well, favorite bike all around to do a little bit of everything, Yamaha TW200. It's a dual sport. I still have one. I bought the first year they ever had, well, I used it if I knew, but in '87 it came out, so I had the first year TW, and then probably 15 years later I bought a second one, a 2005, 3 or 5, I think it's a 2005. That bike I still have now, and those don't know, it's a fat tire bike. The back tire is probably 8 inches wide, the front tire is about 7 inches wide, but it's a dual sport and it's street legal. So it doesn't do anything great, but it can do anything, a little bit of everything. That's my favorite bike as far as that's concerned. Then there's the RC projects, you know, that's a different story. But as far as just a general all around, want to go for a ride and go exploring, that's the bike.
Most favorite thing to work on?
It's hard to. The most favorite thing to work on is anything that you're trying to bring back to life. It wouldn't be a certain item. Dropping lanes down here trying to.
We're also trying to navigate the world.
Yeah, we're in an area we're not familiar with. It's only 326 miles to New York City.
That's all? We're close.
And only 400 to get home. What was it? I forgot what the question was. What are we doing?
The question was your most favorite thing to work on.
Recently it's been bikes, small bikes. I like VWs. VWs have been in my life pretty much. Yeah, again, my first car was the 63 Beetle. But right now it's bikes. Again, just like anything, it changes over time. But at the moment, that's probably what I would say is because it's new to me, I'm learning about them and how they operate. So that's what the enjoyment is chasing, figuring out how stuff works and what makes them tick. So that part of it is what I'm looking for more than the actual favorite thing. Is the favorite thing of trying to figure out something new. I don't know if I answered your question or not.
You did. It was kind of a vague question. I expected kind of a vague answer. That was a definite answer to my question. Do you have a most favorite vacation spot, MUSTIE1? That I go back to all the time, or would like to go to? Let's go with that you go back to all the time, a place that you have gone and that you would return to.
A lot of places I like to go to. That's not vacation though. I like cruising to shore. I like cruising shore towns. I like, and it's almost the same answer as the what do you like working on? I like exploring, so that kind of falls in line with the dual sport, because if like you put it on the truck, you take the camper and we go to wherever. Say you find a place in Maine, and you're at a campground in Maine. I take the bike off and go exploring. So that my favorite thing, it's really not answering your question, is exploring different places. There are some places up on the ocean. My wife would have to talk to see what they actually are. I don't know the name of what they are, but there is a couple of like campgrounds, favorite campgrounds we like to go to. One is Acres of Wildlife. That is a large campground where everybody brings like their golf carts and modified golf carts and stuff and runs them around. They have like adult weekend. It's not that kind of adult weekend, but you know, there's no kids there. They'll have like a hypnotist, and you know, just the adults are there. So it's that kind of thing. Is pretty cool. Yeah, that and the camp. The camp is what to call it, like a vacation, a little mini vacation. That's kind of a place to go to.
Now, you and I go to a lot of car shows, Musty1, like a ton.
Oh, I know the answer to this one.
Like a ton of car shows.
I know the answer to this one already.
Like, but even we're not even just including the Volkswagen shows. Like, we also do like import shows and motorcycle shows and swap meets, and like it's the list goes on and on and on and on of the different types of shows that we go to. What is your most favorite?
Transporter Fest. I already knew the answer.
Transporter
that one
Fest.
was easy.
Yeah, mine too.
There's a automotive museum in Brookline, Mass, that they do lawn events. So there's a museum, a car museum there. That it was a family that ran it or owned it, and I think they donated it afterwards. It was a well-to-do family. It's kind of like in the middle of a city. They now turned it into a park. There's parkland all the way around it. But anyways, the building inside there, Lars Anderson, that is a museum, and then they do lawn events every weekend. There's a Saturday and a Sunday show of all different things throughout the summer. Well, one of the biggest for us is a VW show. It used to be just VW buses. Now it's all VWs.
Thank goodness for the bug guys.
Right. And so that's the favorite one to go to. It's kind of a wrap up of the end of the year too. The October, you know, it's starting to, everything's kind of getting put away, so it's almost like the last show of the year, and that is the finale. And usually, as long as the weather's good, it usually is. It's usually fairly decent. That's my favorite show to go to.
Nice. All right. Well, that's a quick little snippet into. We'll try and do more of these for you guys.
Put questions. I'm not going to
the words right out of my mouth. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna answer all of them because some stuff is, you know, private.
Yeah,
not for you. It's not for you guys. Some stuff is not for you guys.
But throw some questions down in there, and maybe we'll pick some of those on another one.
On another one, we'll do another one, an episode 2 even for you guys. All right, so thanks again, and we'll see you in a couple of days.
Later.
Blah 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 blah.
What?
Maybe a little bit better. This is probably right there.